County Mental Health and Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at
Hello and welcome to UC Health Stadium in Florence, Kentucky, as the Hamilton Joes will take on the Cincinnati Steam in Game 1 of the GLSCL Summer Collegiate Season. Sam Newcomb here alongside Luke Westpoli. Luke, 3 practices are done and it's finally game time for the Hamilton Joes.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time for all Hamilton Joes fans. It's been a long time since we've seen baseball here in the GLSCL, and what a great night to do it on here in Florence.
Now let's take a look at your starting lineups. The Joes are the away team today, and they'll be batting first at the top of the first inning. Batting first and playing center field, Logan Castleman. Batting second and playing right field, John Sanjewel. Batting third and at shortstop, Luke Arnold. Batting fourth and at first base, Tyler Henricus. Batting fifth and DHing for the Joes, Michael Decker. Batting sixth and in left field, Dalton Miller. Batting seventh and at third base, Mitch Donofrio. Batting eighth and at second base, Braden Broom. And behind the dish and batting ninth for the Hamilton Joes is Evan Ulrich. On the mound for the Cincinnati Steam is going to be Kyle Klingenbeck from Northern Kentucky University. He started 11 games this past year for the Norse, and he rocked a 6.50 ERA. And the guy in the bump for the Hamilton Joes in the bottom half of the first will be Casey Grimm from Wright State Lake. And we'll get to know him after the Joes bat here in the top of the first. It's a beautiful day for some baseball. Mid-80s here in Florence, Kentucky. The Hamilton Joes will be rocking their black uniforms, gray pants with red trim down the shoulders, yellow numbers, and black caps with script Joes across the top. Logan Castleman will dig in from the right side, and we are just about ready to get things underway and kick off this 2021 season. No season last year. First pitch is fouled off towards the screen. 7:09 first pitch here from UC Health Stadium on a beautiful day for some baseball. Logan Castleman from Morehead State transferred mid-year, so he hasn't played since early March as this one dives into the turf, fully turf field here at UCL Stadium. 1-1 the count to Castleman. The Cincinnati Steam are in their Carolina blue uniforms, blue caps, white pants. Castleman looks at another one in the dirt to get ahead in the count 2-1. Klingenbeck through 63 and 2/3 innings at Northern Kentucky this past season. Gave up 67 hits, 46 earned runs, gave up 38 walks as well. Opponents batting against him batted .268. Castleman jammed, but this one's going to float into center field for a base hit. So Castleman starts off the Hamilton Joes season with a single, a leadoff single for the Joes, and John Sanjewell will step in from the left side.
Yeah, great way to get things started off for the Joes here in 2021. Logan Castleman with a single to straightaway center. Great contact hitter. His last summer collegiate season came in the Commonwealth Collegiate Baseball League in Kentucky, where he batted .339 and was an all-star 2 seasons ago.
Sanjewell will look at the first pitch just a bit outside for ball 1. So early on, Klingenbeck struggling with his command to find the strike zone. Castleman on first base for the Joes here in the early going, top of the first, no score here from UCL Stadium. 1-0 pitch outside again, dives low as well. 2-0 the count, and Sanjewell is ahead. John Sanjewell from Columbia. Columbia did not have a season because of the Ivy League rules due to COVID. So he's finally back in action. Castleman on the move. Throw down to second is not in time. He is in there sliding head first. So Castleman gets the steal, and the Joes have a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the first. It was a good throw by catcher Luke Murray, but the throw just not in time. Castleman with his wheels over there, able to advance 90 feet. 3-0 the count on John Sanjewell out of Arroyo Grande, California. Here's a 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike, a get-me over strike, and the count's 3-1. Sanjewell rocking the white batting gloves with the black bat. Here's the 3-1 pitch, outside, ball 4. So the first two Joes are aboard. Castleman singled, and then Sanjewell works the walk, and it's first and second with nobody out, and stepping in for the Joes is Luke Arnold. Luke Arnold out of Wright State. Wright State currently in the NCAA tournament, but he's here playing for the Joes. He did not play at all at Wright State, so he's going to get a lot of playing time here with the Hamilton Joes this season, getting the start on game 1. He looks at a strike over the plate. So Klingenbeck ahead for the first time. Now facing his third batter in this Hamilton Joes lineup. Klingenbeck sets at the belt. Now fires home, and that one's in the dirt. Great block by Murray, and the count's even at 1. No score here in Florence, Kentucky, just across the Ohio border. Luke Arnold eyes Klingenbeck accepts, fires, and this one's chopped high up the middle towards second base. Carrington crosses, has one play, and that's thrown to first and getting Arnold out. Both runners move up 90 feet. So it'll be second and third for the Joes with one down, and Tyler Heinerkis will step in for the Hamilton Joes. Tyler Heinerkis out of Ball State, a Canadian out of Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Started 4 games for Ball State as he looks at a strike that pops out of the mitt of Murray. Played in 17 games, batted .111, 2 for 18 on the season with 2 RBIs. That's from the right side. Hamilton Joes have runners on second and third with one down here in the top of the first. 0-1 pitch. Dives low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Michael Decker on deck for the Joes. Another guy out of Columbia. John Sanjul, the fellow Columbia ball player on second base currently. Logan Castleman on third for Hamilton Joes. The 1-1 pitch. Jammed, and it's a little dribbler, and it actually fouled off his foot in between third base to pitcher, and that's going to sting, and he's trying to walk it off, but he'll be able to get back in the box. 1-2 the count on Heinrichs. See if he can put one in play and put the Joes on the board to start out the 2021 summer campaign. Klingenbeck out of Newport, Kentucky. Sets at the letters. Now Mitt dives down to the belt. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ripped into left field, base hit. That's going to score Castleman. Waving around and heading home is Sanjul. The throw is not in time, and the Joes lead 2-0, coming off the 2 RBI single from Tyler Heinrichs on the 1-2 count.
Yeah, that was just a good line drive rip there from Heinrichs into left field. And Sanjul with the speed. One runner was guaranteed to score on that one, but Sanjul gives the Joes their second run. And now his fellow Columbia Lion, the designated hitter Michael Decker, will stand in.
Michael Decker will step in, and he looks at a strike. Tyler Heinrichs with a 2 RBI single to put the Joes on the board up 2-0 here in the top of the first with one down. Decker looks at another one on the outside corner. Strike 2, so Decker now down 0-2 in the count, batting from the left side. One out here in the top of the first. Joes lead 2-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Michael Decker. That one just a tad outside for a ball. Decker out of Columbia. Like I mentioned earlier, no season for all Ivy League schools. So he's probably glad to be back in action, playing some ball as he wave and a miss for a strikeout. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first. Klingenbeck's first strikeout of the game, and Decker will walk back to the dugout with a K.
And that was a great pitch there, just a breaking ball from Klingenbeck that dove down into the dirt, and Decker waved at it. Now 2 down here for Dalton Miller.
Heinrichs still at first, off his 2 RBI single. And the 6th man to bat here in the top of the first is Dalton Miller. Dalton Miller, a senior out of Miami Hamilton. Hails from Centerville, Ohio. And a nice slider that goes right over the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count to Dalton Miller. Miami University Hamilton did not have a season this year, so another guy who's glad to be playing some ball. On the move was Heinrichs, but it was fouled off into the bleachers. Decent-sized crowd here on hand for the first game of the season between both these ball clubs. So 0-2 the count. Klingenbeck ahead on Dalton Miller, who bats from the right side for the Joes. 2-0 the score. Hamilton on top here in the top of the first with 2 down. Klingenbeck sets. Now fires. Nice slider, but it's going to be poked into right center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Around second, heading to third is Heinrichs, and there will be runners on the corners for the Joes with 2 down. Great piece of hitting down in the count by Dalton Miller. He was down 0-2, and he was able to poke one out to right center field, and the runners are on the corners for the Joes, and they are threatening once again here in the top of the first.
Yeah, the first inning of the season, and the bat's already working for the Joes here at the plate. They've already got 2 runs and a chance for another here with a runner in scoring position.
Ryan Finnerty, one of the assistant coaches for the Hamilton Joes, was saying how he thought the pitching was going to be really good this year. Well, we still yet to see the pitching. Casey Grimm will be pitching for the Joes in the bottom of the first, but the bats are looking good early on for the Hamilton Joes. Check swing, did he go? He did not, and it's a ball. Only 2 umpires in the crew for today's ball game. Lyle Travis behind the plate. David Blanchett is in the field. Beautiful day for some baseball. Can't ask for any better weather than this. Few clouds in the sky. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up towards us over the press box. Counts now 1-1 with runners on the corners. Hamilton Joes lead 2-0. Coming off the 2 RBI single from Tyler Heinrichs. And now Donofrio here has a chance to extend that lead as he looks at a strike on the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count with 2 down here in the top of the first. The Joes looking good early on with the bats. Now let's see if Mitch Donofrio can extend the lead for the Joes. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. And a great job by Donofrio to hold and not swing at that one. It was a breaking ball into the turf, full turf field here at UC Health Stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. And a good crowd on hand as well. 2-2 the count with 2 down. Runners on the corners for the Joes. Klingenbeck sets. Now fires to home plate. This one's ripped, fouled down the right field line in the picnic area where no one is having a picnic today in the scorching heat.
Yeah, the grandstand blocks some of the sun, but that's just for the
all the fans that are in attendance are in the shade.
Yeah, the fans seated in and around home plate. It extends a little bit out towards first and third base, but most of the crowd directly behind home for now. We'll see once the sun goes down, though, if maybe they spread out a little bit.
2-2 the count. We'll do it again. Klingenbeck. And getting the steal is Dalton Miller. He was on the move, and Murray threw over, and it sailed on him. But they were able to keep it from going into center field to hold the runner at third. So runners on second and third for the Joes with 2 down, and it's going to be a full count on Mitch Donofrio. From Eckerd College, he hails from Nokomis, Florida. Here's the payoff pitch. Ripped into right field. This is hit to right fielder R.J. Barnes. He shields his mitt from the sun, and that is the final out of the top of the first. We move to the bottom of the first. Hamilton Joes take the 2-0 lead off the 2 RBI single from Tyler Heinrichs. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube. Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at cboxsports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Back here in beautiful Florence, Kentucky, and a beautiful day for some baseball. Casey Grimm on the mound is the starting pitcher for the Hamilton Joes, getting the nod for the first game this season. Left-hander out of Wright State Lake University. And he had a really good year. As he throws the first pitch, R.J. Barnes squared to bunt, pulled back, and it's a ball. One 1-0 pitch outside again, so 2-0 the count on R.J. Barnes. Batting from the right side, Casey Grimm on the mound, pitching from the left side. Scoring to bunt is Barnes. He pulls back, but this one in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Casey Grimm rocks a four-seam, slider, changeup, curveball. Started 8 games in 2021 at Wright State Lake. Had a 5-4 record. 2.05 ERA. Breaking ball in there for a ball. 3-1 the count to R.J. Barnes, who is leading off for the Cincinnati Steam. 2-0 the score. Hamilton Joes on top. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Casey Grimm. That one sails high, so R.J. Barnes is aboard with the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first. And we'll see if the Steam will have him moving on the base paths. Let's take a look at your defensive alignment for the Hamilton Joes. From left to right, in left field, Dalton Miller, Logan Castleman in center field, John Sanjewell in right field, Mitch Donofrio at third base, Luke Arnold at short, Braden Broom at second, Tyler Heinrichs at first, and Casey Grimm on the mound, and Evan Ulrich behind the dish as the first pitch to Adam Schneider almost hit him in the helmet, and he had to get out of the way. So Casey Grimm struggling here early on to find his rhythm. R.J. Barnes on first base after he worked a 5-pitch walk. The 1-0 pitch right down the middle. Ooh, that one just missed, I guess, down below the knees. So 2-0 the count. Looked good from our vantage point. Adam Schneider batting from the left side for the Steam. R.J. Barnes at first has a good lead. He's on the move. Ulrich fires to second, not in time. Did he slide off, though? No, he didn't. He was able to keep his right hand on second base, so the Steam have a runner in scoring position just like the Joes did in the top of the first via the stolen base.
Yeah, we thought R.J. Barnes might have some speed when we saw him initially show bunt on that first pitch. He got a great jump on that one, and it really wasn't even close. He was in well in time, and now runner advances to second here.
Schneider looks at a strike down the heart of the plate. 2-2 the count with nobody down, no one out here in the bottom of the first. R.J. Barnes on second. He walked and then just moments ago stole his first base of the summer. Casey Grimm sets, quick pitch, dives low. Ulrich able to keep it in front of him. 3-2 the count on Schneider. Adam Schneider from New Mexico. He batted .337 for the Lobos. 3-2 pitch, popped up, out of play, into the concourse area. And we'll do it all again with the count 3-2. No one down. Schneider had a really good year over in New Mexico and looking to do the same here this summer for the Steam. Casey Grimm's 3-2 pitch, ground ball to Luke Arnold at short. He moves to his right, fires it, and it's offline, and Heinrichs fires over to third, and R.J. Barnes is in there safely at third. So the wild throw from Luke Arnold now has the steam with runners on the corners with no one out. Looked more like a routine play, but Arnold was kind of throwing across his body, and it moved Heinrichs over at first off the bag towards home plate. And Heinrichs tried firing it over to third to get R.J. Barnes, but the speed of R.J. Barnes in there safely. So runners on the corners for the steam, first and third, no one out. And this one's hit up the middle and caught by Luke Arnold. So after the air, just a moments ago, he makes up for it with a nice sliding grab in the middle of the infield. It was a soft hit liner that didn't have enough momentum to get into center field, but he sure did save a run from the steam scoring there.
Yeah, that's a way to make up for an error
out
in the field. He made a great catch there just directly behind second, and like you said, saved a run.
First pitch to Wagner in there for a strike. Or it's Michael Marks, rather. And he looks at another strike, 0-2 the count. Runners on the corners for the steam with one down, but Casey Grimm, back-to-back strikes. He's ahead in the count, 0-2 to Marks. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Casey Grimm, on 3 pitches, strikes out Marks. And just like that, the Joes have 2 outs. And they have still yet to give up that run after there were runners on first and third with no one out here in the bottom of the first. Harrison Johnson will step in, batting from the left side. Freshman out of Ohio University. Did not play this past season. Runner on the move, and this one skied into right field. It is hit well, and that ball is gone. It's a 3-run shot for Harrison Johnson. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, the Cincinnati Steam retake the lead. They now lead 3-2. That one was crushed to deep right center field. It was the very first pitch to Harrison Johnson, and he makes Casey Grimm pay after leaving one over the plate.
And Johnson, the left-handed batter out of Mason High School, local boy from Mason, Ohio, and his first Summer Collegiate League at bat for the Steam, and he sent that one way out to right center over the ad boards that are above the fence.
First pitch to Drew Klasner in there for a strike. And just a note on Harrison Johnson, that was his first at-bat in probably since high school, since he did not have a plate appearance at Ohio in his freshman season for the Bobcats. This one ripped up the middle of the... Luke Arnold makes a diving grab to his left, fires, and it's in time! Wow! So Luke Arnold made an error earlier in the inning, but 2 web gems, and that will end the bottom of the first, but not till the Cincinnati Steam retake the lead off the 3-run moonshot from Harrison Johnson. It was an exciting first inning. We moved to the second. Here, Steam lead 3-2 on Hamilton Joe's YouTube. Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or Reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fittin' Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Back here at UC Health Stadium, Sam Newcomb here alongside Luke Westboy. Glad you can join us here on YouTube. It's an audio-only broadcast, but webcam coming in should be here by this weekend. So you folks listening can also watch all the action. It was an exciting first inning here from Florence. 5 total runs combined from both teams. The Joes put 2 on the board in the top of the first, and then Cincinnati Steam added with a 3-run homer to take the lead in inning number 1. Braden Broom will lead things off for the Joes as he looks at a ball just a bit inside. Braden Broom out of Samford University did not play for them this season. Did not have a at-bat, I should say. And he swings and misses at the second pitch of the at-bat. 1-1 the count to Braden Broom, who is batting from the right side. Klingenbeck, breaking pitch. Nice slider there that paints the outside corner. The count's 1-2 on Braden Broom.
Yeah, you can see the movement on that one from all the way up here. That was a great pitch. It just snuck around that plate and hit towards the outside.
Yeah, we're located in the second deck of UC Health Stadium, directly behind home plate. So like you mentioned, Luke, we can see all the action on the breaking balls as Braden Broom battles one and fights one off as he fouls one off towards the backstop. Count remains 1-2. We've had rain earlier this week, but no rain in the forecast today and for the weekend as well. It's a beautiful day for some baseball. Check swing, no swing, gets by Murray for ball 2. No one on base, so nothing to worry about for Murray as the ball scooted back towards the backstop. 2-2 the count now on Braden Broom. Joes in their black uniforms with yellow numbers and Hamilton across the chest. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Klingenbeck. Ground ball to third base. Harrison Johnson fields it, fires, and there's one down here in the top of the second. It was a little tough hop by Harrison Johnson, but he was able to gather it in nicely and get Braden Broom out in time. So there's one down here in the top of the second. 3-2 the score. Cincinnati Steam on top. And the 9-hitter, Evan Ulrich out of Ohio State, to bat for the Joes from the right side. Here's the first pitch to Ulrich. He rips one right to center field, and it's going to one hop to the center fielder Truman Pearson for a one-out single. So Ulrich attacking on the first pitch there, and he's aboard for the Joes here in the top of the second. And now the top of the order for the Joes, Logan Castleman, who singled to start things off in the top of the first for the Joes. He ended up coming around to score off the Heinrichs single. Here's the first pitch to Castleman. That one a tad low for ball 1. Tyler Thaman, head coach for the Joes, over there at third base, being the third base coach as well. And he's had Joes on the move a couple times. In the top of the first, Ulrich was leaning, but not the greatest throw from Klingenbeck. And Ulrich able to get back in time. A good throw, he's probably out. As Ulrich was leaning towards second. You wonder if Ulrich might be on the move here.
Yeah, he got caught a little off balance, but maybe thinking about being a little more careful here after the pickoff move. We'll see.
This one popped up towards the Joes dugout, and Luke Murray, the catcher, is going to run out of room. In the third row of the seats, I think it hit at one of the fans. Was that your dad?
Yes, it is.
How about that? Your dad getting some action on the broadcast. You can.
He's
you
okay.
Can let him know about that one.
And it hit him right in the back. That looked like it was coming at them, and then initially I thought that might go a couple rows back, but it hit him.
You got to give him a hard time. You got to catch that.
Oh yeah,
one.
you got to catch that.
Not
bare hand.
Lean out of the way because baseball hurt him. 1-1 the count to Castleman. Runner on the move, Ulrich, and he is going to be gunned down. Luke Murray gets Evan Ulrich caught stealing, and that's the second out here in the top of the second. Two outs here in the top of the second to Logan Castleman, who bats from the right side, and Klingenbeck will step off, pitching from the windup. 2-1 the count to Castleman. Here's the pitch. That one dives outside. 3-1 the count to Castleman. So 2 innings down, and Tyler Thaman likes to be very aggressive, the head coach for the Joes. Having a lot of the Joes on the move, and when you're an aggressive team, as Castleman lines one into left, shallow left field, is going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to be a long rounding the base over there by Castleman, but he'll hold at first for a single. So he's 2 for 2 to start this summer campaign. And see if the Joes can muster up a 2-out rally.
Yeah, 2 bloopers so far in the game for Castleman. A great start for him. And going back to what you're saying about the aggression we've seen from the Joes here early, it's been a bit of a shootout, if you will, on both sides.
Yeah.
At the plate
trying to
thus
test
far.
both catchers.
Exactly. 5 hits for the Joes, only 1 for the Steam, but that hit was a home run, and there were 2 runners on for that. I mean, when you have 5 combined runs in that first inning, you might as well be a little aggressive, try to test the defense here.
So runner on first base, that's Castleman after he just singled to left field. And Sanjul swing and a miss, foul tip to make the count 1-1. 1-1 the count, 2 down. Cincinnati Steam lead 3-2 here in the top of the second at UC Health Stadium in Florence, Kentucky. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Sanjul. Nice pitch there that gets in there for a strike. 1-2 the count to Sanjul. The Joes have done a really good job with 2-out hitting. See if they can do that again here. Klingenbeck sets at the belt. Rocks, fires, and that's a ball. Castleman on the move again. He's in there for a stolen base, so a runner will be in scoring position for the Joes. And that's Castleman's second stolen base in 2 innings thus far.
Yeah, he's had a great start from the leadoff spot. 2 hits, 2 stolen bases. And now, just as you mentioned, looking to put together a bit of a 2-out rally here, try to tie this game back up at 3.
Sanjul walked in his last at-bat. The 2-2 count with 2 down. Castleman over there on second base. Let's see if Sanjul can plate him. 2-2 pitch, outside, full count now. Good at-bat here from John Sanjul, junior out of Columbia University. Batting from the left side. 3-2 pitch with 2 down. Castleman over there at second. Here's the payoff pitch. That one high and outside for ball 4. So a good at-bat, and Sanjul works another walk, his second of the game in 2 at-bats. So it'll be first and second for the Joes now with 2 down. And Luke Arnold will step in. Grounded out to shortstop in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch from Klingenbeck to Luke Arnold. Swing and a miss. Hefty cut there from Arnold. He was trying to put that one over the fence and make this a 5-3 game, but instead goes right by him for strike 1.
Yeah, that was up near the hands. It wasn't a great pitch to hit, but nonetheless a huge swing there from Arnold.
Luke Arnold batting from the right side. Runners on the move. It was a hit and run, but this one fouled back into the concourse area here at Y'all's Ballpark. It's not UCL Stadium. It's Y'all's Ballpark.
Y'all's Ballpark.
Where the 4 and Y'all's play. Now 0-2 the count on Luke Arnold. So he's going to need to battle here with 2 strikes on him. Try to put one in play and hopefully find the outfield. Maybe play Castleman over there at second. 3-2 the score. Steam on top here in the top of the second. 0-2 count. 2 down here for Luke Arnold. Klingenbeck waits. Now fires. That one high above the letters for ball number 1. See if Luke Arnold can remain patient and try to get a piece of the ball anywhere close to the plate here with 2 strikes on him. Klingenbeck sets at the belt. Now rocks, fires. It's a slider, and this one's hit well to deep left field, and that ball is off the left field wall. Castleman will score. Rounding third is Sanjul. He's going to score, and it's a 2-out, 2-strike, 2 RBI double for Luke Arnold. And the Joes retake the lead, now leading 4-3. What a great piece of hitting from Luke Arnold. Off the very top of the wall, a couple feet, and that one's out of here.
Yeah, that was a great hit. What a great at-bat overall from Luke Arnold. He had 2 strikes on him. A couple of times we're going to get a mound visit here. And he sent that one, like you mentioned, that hit off the top of that wall. I mean, if that had an ounce of extra power that was into the Joes bullpen in left field, then he would have scored himself. But instead, got to be satisfied with just a 2 RBI double. And the Joes retake the lead. How
about the Joes today? Through 2 innings of play, with 2 strikes, they've done a phenomenal job with battling and extending the plate appearance. And we've seen a couple singles, and just right there, a big double from Luke Arnold to give the Joes the lead.
Yeah, and those are critical. I mean, as you can see, you get 2 runs just from fighting off, getting struck out with 2 outs. He was able to stand in and stay strong, and he gets rewarded with a double, and the Joes have the lead once again.
Now let's see what Tyler Heinerkis can do here. With 2 down, the first pitch after the mound visit. Nice slider, and Heinerkis was way ahead of that one for strike number 1. 4-3 the lead for the Hamilton Joes here in the top of the second. The Joes have 6 hits compared to the Steam's 1, but that 1 hit was a 3-run shot from Harrison Johnson to give the Steam a lead momentarily. But the Joes have retaken that lead as Heinerkis looks at another one on the outside half of the plate for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count again. Let's see if the Joes can somehow figure out some magic with 2 strikes and put one out in the outfield for a base hit that will probably score Luke Arnold, who is standing over there a couple paces off second base. Klingenbeck sets. Shadows creeping up towards the mound, and Heinerkis is going to call time. Heinerkis singled in his last at-bat. Looking to do that again here. He was stranded at third base in the top of the first. Now down in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Klingenbeck. Slider, and Heinerkis able to get a piece of it, fouled off towards the netting to keep the count 0-2. Just keep battling up there, fouling pitches off. Luke Arnold stands at second for Hamilton Joes after the 2 RBI double that hit off the top left field wall. Now Klingenbeck trying to get out of the inning and limit the damage. This one in on the hands. Klingenbeck really wanted that one. Did not get the call from home plate umpire Lyle Travis. For ball number 1 to Heinerkis. 1-2 the count with 2 down. Luke Arnold stands at second for the Hamilton Joes. Klingenbeck has given up 6 hits, 4 runs 2 runs in each inning thus far. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. That's in the dirt. Drop third strike. Luke Murray fires to first, and that will end the inning. The Joes plate 2 off the 2 RBI double from Luke Arnold. They retake the lead. They now lead 4-3 here from Y'all Stadium in Florence, Kentucky. We move to the bottom half of the second here on Hamilton Joe's YouTube.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008. Back here at Y'all Stadium for the bottom half of the second inning. The Joes lead 4-3. Casey Grimm back on the mound, hoping to have a better half inning this time after giving up the 3-run homer. And then the bottom of the first inning to Harrison Johnson. Luke Murray, the catcher for the Cincinnati Steam, will lead things off out of Northern Kentucky University. Looks at a ball, and the second one on its way, another ball. So 2-0 the count to Luke Murray. Casey Grimm is still yet to find a rhythm up there in the bump. That long inning doesn't help either, but as a pitcher, you always got to like to see runs from your team, and another one inside for the third straight ball. 3-0 the count to Luke Murray. In the bottom of the first, Casey Grimm walked the leadoff hitter R.J. Barnes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Get me over strike there for Casey Grimm. Casey Grimm threw a no-hitter back on April 25th. He had 16 strikeouts in that one. He had a very successful season over there at Wright State Lake. 3-1 pitch, dives low, and it's a 5-pitch walk. And the leadoff man for the Steam aboard again. Carrington Cross will step in from the right side. Cross, a freshman out of Cincinnati, did not have an at-bat for the Bearcats this past season. Here's the first pitch, squaring to bunt, and it's going to be down. Casey Grimm fields it, and it's going to be a no-throw. Grimm was looking at second, but no one was there, and it was too late to throw over to first. And now runners on first and second to start off the bottom of the second inning for the Cincinnati Steam. So now first and second for the Steam. No one out here in the bottom of the second, and stepping in is the 9-hitter Truman Pearson. He showed bunt, but pulls back, and it's another ball. So Casey Grimm struggling to find his command here early on. He actually played for the Steam back in 2019. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Pearson. Pearson, the center fielder out of Chicago, batted .349 for Chicago. Added that with 2 home runs and 16 RBIs. So a very successful spring season for Truman Pearson. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Grimm. Squaring to bunt. It's popped up. Ulrich trying to get to it, but it's going to drop right before the backstop. And Not going to result in an out, but it results in a strike, and Casey Grimm is ahead in the count 1-2 with no one out here in the bottom of the second. Joes lead 4-3 here in this one.
Seen a lot of different calls for the hitters and base runners here for the Steam, Rick Antonori's team. We've already seen a couple of bunts. We saw another one attempted there, a couple of steals. And it's paid off pretty well for them through one inning. Now they're going to try it again.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Casey Grimm strikes out Pearson, swinging. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second. Top of the order, now up for the Cincinnati Steam. R.J. Barnes up. We saw how much speed he has on the base paths. See if he'll maybe try for a bunt single with runners on first and second. He walked in his first plate appearance.
And Barnes showed bunt on the first pitch of his first at-bat before eventually reaching and stealing second.
He swings in and misses at one towards the letters for strike number 1. So Casey Grimm trying to settle in here, able to get the strikeout on Pearson and able to get a first pitch strike to R.J. Barnes. First and second for the Steam. It was a walk and then a bunt single. The second pitch to Barnes, high and outside for ball number 2. Barnes batting from the right side. Casey Grimm, the southpaw on the mound for the Hamilton Joes, pitching against his former Summer League team in the Steam. Casey Grimm sets at the letters, eyes second, now fires home. In there for a strike looking, and the count's 1-2. So let's see if Casey Grimm can get back-to-back strikeouts here after allowing the 2 batters of the inning to get aboard on the base paths. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High and outside again. 2-2 the count now. To R.J. Barnes, right fielder for the Steam. 4-3 lead for the Joes here in the bottom of the second from Y'all Stadium. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled, and R.J. Barnes able to fling his arms at it and get a piece of it, fouling it off the top of the netting for strike, or to keep the count 2-2. So R.J. Barnes battling inside the batter's box. Shadows are fully across the mound now. Here's the 2-2. Ripped into right field, and it's caught by Heinrichs. He fires the second, but it's not going to be in time to double up the guy at second, Luke Murray. But what a grab by Heinrichs. I believe the sun was in his eyes. He kind of had a delayed reaction over there at first base. But that's now the second out of the inning, and Casey Grimm, after giving up a walk and then a bunt single, trying to get out of this inning with no damage done.
Yeah, it was a tough start for the Joes in this inning, but now they got a chance here thanks to a great play by Heinrichs over at first.
We've seen a lot of great plays from the Hamilton Joes defense here early on, and we're only 2 innings in. Luke Arnold made some web gem plays in the bottom of the first inning, and Heinrichs with a nice snag over there on a hard line drive to get the second out. First pitch was the ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch, lefty on lefty matchup. That one's in for a strike. Adam Schneider reached on a air from Luke Arnold over there at shortstop. Bats from the left side. Casey Grimm sets, fires, and framing. A nice frame job over there from Ulrich. Painting the outside corner was Grimm, and in the count's 1-2. So Casey Grimm a strike away to get out of the inning with and leaving those 2 runners on. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Grimm. Breaking ball to Luke Arnold over at short. He flips to second in time for the final out over to Braden Broom. And the Joes escape after the first two Steam players reached base. And that will take us to the 3rd inning. Joes lead 4-3. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Woman owned and family operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Hungry Joe's fans? Visit your neighborhood McDonald's. With 6 locations in Hamilton, there's always one close by. Whether you're in the mood for some nuggets, a Coke, or a classic Big Mac, McDonald's is the spot to satisfy your cravings. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519. Welcome back here to Y'all Stadium. Joe's lead 4-3. Glad you can join us here on this beautiful evening in Florence, Kentucky for some baseball. Tonight's broadcast is an audio broadcast, but later this season we will have video for you, and we're hoping to have video for you by tomorrow. Michael Decker will lead things off the DH for the Joes as he looks at a slider in there for a strike. Klingenbeck remains on the mound. And a swing and a miss, so 2 quick strikes to Michael Decker, who struck out in his last plate appearance back in the first inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, so 3 pitches and 3 strikes, and Michael Decker will head back to the dugout with a backwards K. Dalton Miller will step in, singled in his first plate appearance back in the first inning. Miller poked one out to right center field. And he was stranded on first base when the Joes had runners on the corners to end the inning in the top of the first inning. Joe scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Let's see what they can do here in the top of the third. 1-0 pitch is a slider that gets the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count with 1 down. Dalton Miller just exchanging a couple words with Lyle Travis, the home plate umpire, asking how far out that one was. This one skips into the turf for ball 2. The Joes have 6 hits on those, 4 runs on those 6 hits. The Steam have 2 hits, 3 runs. Here's the pitch from Klingenbeck, swing and a miss. Dalton Miller right through that one. Counts 2-2 now. Kyle Klingenbeck on the mound still for his 3rd inning of work for the Steam. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Miller. Swing and a miss, but it pops out of the mitt. Ball gets all the way back to the backstop, and Miller is going to reach first base. It just popped out of the mitt of Luke Murray, one that should be caught. And now Dalton Miller will be aboard with 1 down. So counted as a strikeout, but an E2. So Dalton Miller on first base. And Mitch Donofrio will step in from the right side. Looks at a ball that skips into the turf. Seen a couple times now from Klingenbeck. 1-0 the count to Donofrio. Flew out to right field to end the first inning. It looks like another one that dives below the knees towards the shins for ball number 2. So Klingenbeck, it looked like he was going to get back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. Well, it's going to count as a strikeout, but Miller is aboard after the pass ball from Luke Murray. Now he's thrown 2 straight balls. He fires over to first to try to pick off Miller, but Miller in there safely. The Joes have been aggressive here in the early going. Already 3 stolen bases, if I'm not mistaken, from the Joes. One of them resulted in a caught stealing. That was Evan Ulrich who got caught. Miller hits this one right to the center fielder Pearson, and Pearson doesn't have to move very far to make the second out of the inning. There's 2 down after the fly out to center field, and Braden Broom will step in with 2 down for the Joes. Braden Broom grounded out to third base to Harrison Johnson, who made a nice grab over there. It was a tough hop. Check swing, and he went around for strike 1. Braden Broom out of Samford University from Ringgold, Georgia. 0-1 count, and Dalton Miller is checked down over there at first, but the throw off line, and Miller walks back to first base safely. "4-3 the lead for the Hamilton Joes here in the top of the 3rd inning. Nice breaking ball that doesn't catch the inside corner for ball number 1. Righty on righty matchup in this duel between Braden Broom and Klingenbeck. Dalton Miller over there at first base after reaching on the pass ball on the drop third strike. Breaking ball, that was a slider that had Luke Murray snatching it up towards the right side and the left side of the batter's box. 2-1 the count with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning from Y'all Stadium. 2-1 upstairs at the letters for ball number 3. So Braden Broom trying to reach base and extend the inning here with 2 down for the Hamilton Joes. Evan Ulrich will bat if Broom can reach base safely. Ulrich got a single in his last plate appearance. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Broom. Swing and a miss. And the count is now full. So Dalton Miller at first will be on the move with a 3-2 count with 2 down. See if Klingenbeck can get through his first inning with giving up no runs. The payoff pitch. Dives low, and it's a walk drawn by Braden Broom. And runners will be on first and second for the 9-hitter, Evan Ulrich, who reached base but ended up being caught stealing. He poked one out to center field for a single in his first plate appearance of the summer for the Joes. And if he's able to repeat that performance, he'll be able to score a run. And now head coach Rick Antonori is going to come out, and that might be the end of Klingenbeck's day. And it will be. When we come back, we'll have some info on the new Cincinnati Steam pitcher, first and second for the Hamilton Joes. We'll take a short break here on Hamilton Joes YouTube.
Pfefferly Tire and Auto is your car's home for all of its needs. Whether you just need a quick oil change, a repair, or you're in the market for new tires, Pfefferly will get it done with professionalism and honesty. And with convenient locations in both Fairfield and Hamilton, there's always a place nearby.
Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Get ready, Joe's fans. Raising Cane's is coming to Hamilton. Opening June 29th at 1479 Main Street, you can enjoy the world-famous flavor of Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Can't wait? Head down to Fairfield, where there's a Cane's located at 5120 Dixie Highway that can satisfy all your cravings right now. Raising Cane's is a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
The new pitcher for the Cincinnati Steam is going to be Eli Majic. Majic just finished up his freshman year at Dayton. He appeared in 8 games, started 1, pitched 3 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 7 earned runs, had a 18.90 ERA. So he struggled a little bit, but that's what Summer League Baseball is there for, to develop and get better. And now he's faced with first and second. He has a little sidearm action, maybe like kind of similar to Chris Sale, I would say.
Yeah, kind of a 3/4 release.
He is a lefty over there on the mound. Evan Ulrich looks at a ball. 1-0 the count. Runners on first and second for the Hamilton Joes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count's now even at 1. Klingenbeck goes 2 2/3. Gave up 6 hits, had 4 strikeouts, and gave up 3 walks. He is responsible for one of those. He's responsible for the guy on first because the guy on second will be unearned. Miller on the move, and he is going to be in there safely for a stolen base. So runners on first and third now for the Joes. You wonder if Broom might have missed a sign. Might have been a double steal, but Broom not able to catch that. So it's first and third with 2 down. The count is 2-1 to Evan Ulrich, who singled in his last at-bat. The lefty, Majic, fires one outside for the third ball of this at-bat. 3-1 the count to Evan Ulrich out of Ohio State University. Did not have a at-bat for the Buckeyes this year, but able to get his single in his first at-bat as a Joe, and he works a walk. So it's a 5-pitch walk. Majic comes in and walks his first batter, and the bases are juiced. For the top of the order, Logan Castleman, who has 2 singles on the day. He's now batted in all 3 innings. He has a single in the first, single in the second. See what he'll do here in the top of the third with the bases juiced and the Joes lead 4-3. Here's the first pitch. In there for a strike to Castleman. Four 4-3 the score. Joe's on top, looking to extend their lead with the bases juiced. With 2 down here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from Majic. And another one is in there for a strike, and now the count's 0-2 to Logan Castleman. So Castleman trying to escape the jam, or Majic trying to escape the jam here and retire Castleman. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Castleman able to hold himself there from swinging. Just off the plate, outside. Castleman batting from the right side. lefty on righty matchup. Bases juiced for the Joes. 1-2 the count with 2 down here in the top of the third. Castleman trying to extend the Joes' lead. He chops one over to third, and an easy play for Harrison Johnson, as all he has to do is step on the bag, gets the force out, and that will end the inning. The Joes strand 3. They leave them loaded. We move to the bottom of the third. Hamilton Joes 4, Cincinnati Steam 3. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Hungry Joes fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080.
Welcome back to Y'all Stadium here in Florence, Kentucky, on a beautiful day in Florence. We had some rain the past couple days, but can't ask for any better baseball weather than this, as the sun is starting to set here in Kentucky. Casey Grimm back on the mound for his third inning of work. He gave up a 3-run homer back in the first inning, but able to escape the second inning jam after his first 2 Steam players reached base. He retired the next 3 Steam ball players to end the inning and didn't give up a run. Leading off for the Steam is going to be Tyler Wagner. Lined out up the middle to Luke Arnold, who made a very nifty play. Arnold had the air back in the first inning, but answered with 2 web gem type plays. Casey Grimm, the lefty southpaw, fires in there for a strike. First pitch to Wagner to make the count 0-1. 4-3 the lead if you're just joining us. The Hamilton Joes on top. 0-1 pitch outside. Pops out of the mid of Ulrich behind the dish. 1-1 the count. Joes had a 2 RBI single from Heinrichs back in the first, and then a 2 RBI double that hit off the left field wall by Luke Arnold. Swing and a foul ball towards the netting by Wagner made the count 1-2. And then the Steam had a 3-run homer back in the first inning. So that's how we are at a score of 4-3. Casey Grimm starting to settle in and find his command after a up and down first inning and an up and down early second, but 2-2 the count now to Tyler Wagner. He's batting from the left side, lefty on lefty matchup. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Grimm. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Casey Grimm gets his 3rd strikeout of the game and retired Tyler Wagner there. And Michael Marks will step in for the Steam with 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Marks struck out back in the first inning. Casey Grimm starting to find his groove. First pitch outside for a ball. Joes in their black uniforms. Hamilton across the chest. Yellow numbers, black caps with red script Joes on the ball cap. Strike 1 rather to Michael Marks. Evens the count at 1. 1-1 the count, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Casey Grimm out of the windup. Fires one in there for a foul ball back towards the screen behind home plate for strike number 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Grimm. It's a breaking ball. This one popped up into shallow right field. Braden Broom, the second baseman, is going to fall backwards and make the catch. He was losing his footing over there. And Broom called off Sanjul, who was charging in from right field. And Broom able to haul that one in for the second out in the inning. That ball was up in the air for maybe a half second. Broom's on his back. And that ball probably lands on the turf for a single. That's baseball for you. It's a game of milliseconds, centimeters, inches, all of that. And now there's 2 down, and Casey Grimm looking to get a 1-2-3 inning for the first time this evening. That one, a breaking ball outside and low to Harrison Johnson, who swung at the first pitch of his first at-bat for this team, and, well, that one ended up over the right center field fence for a 3-run shot. He looks at the first 2. One was a ball, and the second one in there for a strike to make the count 1-1. 4-3 the score. Hamilton Joe's on top. 1-1 the count to Johnson. Grimm's 1-1 pitch, and they're looking for a strike. So Grimm a pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning and retiring the steam in order here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Grimm back to work. Here's the pitch. Ripped into right field. It's going to be a base hit. So another great at-bat there from Harrison Johnson. He's on the base paths with 2 down here for the Steam. It was a changeup, I believe, and Johnson able to get his hands through that one and poke one out to right field for a base hit. 2-out single.
Yeah, 2 for 2 for Johnson on the day, and he just pushes that one out to right. And on a night like this, you can't have a 1-2-3 inning. Those just don't happen.
We haven't seen a 1-2-3 inning from either team in this one.
There's been a whole lot of action thus far.
Class earner looks at a ball from Grimm. We're over an hour into this one and still yet to complete 3 innings of play. Drew Klasserner grounded out to the shortstop Luke Arnold in his last plate appearance. The lefty will rip this one foul towards the playground area, or just short of the playground area. Kind of really cool stadium here in Florence. You got rainbow seating, red, yellow, blue, and then you got basketball hoops and a playground set down the left field line. It's a pretty nice looking field. 1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. And we're perched up here in the second deck. Open air booth. Count 2-1. It's a class earner. Runner on the move. This one's poked into left field for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here with 2 outs. And the Steam trying to get things going and have a 2-out rally. And Luke Murray will step in, who drew a walk in his last plate appearance.
On the flip side of this inning, Kyle Klimenbeck, he got pulled from this game after he wasn't really able to finish off any hitters, and it was something that the Joes really did a good job with, getting those hits off 2 strikes, and now the Steam doing a little bit of that on their own.
Yep.
And we're going to get a mound visit here.
Klingenbeck went 2 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. That was his final line, and now Keegan Burney, the pitching coach, will come out to talk to Grimm, settle him down here. With 2 outs, looked like we were going to have our first 1-2-3 inning, but back-to-back singles from Harrison Johnson and Drew Klasserner results in a mound visit. It was just Ulrich, Grimm, and Burney over there on the bump. The rest of the infield remained at their respective positions. See if Grimm can escape another 2-out jam. Back in the second inning, just an inning ago, but it seems like 30 minutes ago or so. The Steam had 2 runners on first and second, but couldn't get anything out of it. See if they can try to tie it up or maybe take the lead here in the bottom of the third. Joe's lead 4-3. Swing and a miss by Luke Murray, the right-handed batter. Wave and a miss on that one. And Casey Grimm, after the mound visit, fires a strike into the glove of Evan Ulrich behind the dish, the Ohio State product.
And something to note, there was no action in that Hamilton bullpen as this one's grounded foul to the third base side. There was no action in the Hamilton Joe's bullpen until that mound visit, and now we see a pitcher down there in left field doing some preliminary warming up for now.
And once we find out that number, we'll let you know. I do have binoculars in my backpack if you want to snag those.
I'll take a look.
Yeah. That's what they're used for. That's why I brought them, to figure out the guys in the bullpen. 2 strikes to Luke Murray. And Casey Grimm's a strike away and escaping without giving up a run. A quick pitch. There's a ball outside. Ball 1 to Luke Murray. Murray, a catcher out of Northern Kentucky for the Steam. Trying to extend this inning after back-to-back singles with 2 outs for the Steam. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Did he go? He did. See you later. Casey Grimm retires Luke Murray and escapes the jam. The Cincinnati Steam, for the second inning in a row, leave 2 runners on and can't plate one across. Hamilton Joe's 4, Cincinnati Steam 3. We are through three innings of play here from Florence, Kentucky. You're listening to Hamilton Joe's Baseball on YouTube.
At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day. Offering a diverse range of senior living services, our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember.
Back here in Florence, Kentucky at Y'all's Stadium. Hamilton Joes with the 4-3 lead in this one through 3 innings of play. And that was the first inning where we saw no runs across from either team. A scoreless third from the Steam and the Joes. Both these teams will see each other quite a bit this season. The Joes, Steam, Bison, Marlins, and the Scouts, all part of the South Division.
And the Jazz.
Don't forget about the Jazz out of Richmond, Indiana.
It's the Joe's home opener tomorrow.
Yep.
Against the Richmond Jazz.
And Luke and I will be on the call for all the Joe's games this summer.
Love to see you make it out to the ballpark. It's been a while since there's been baseball at Foundation Field after the cancellation this year of Miami Hamilton's games. And then, of course, everything that happened last spring and summer.
John Sanjul will lead things off here in the top of the 4th for the Joes. 1-2 the count to Sanjul. In his first 2 at-bats, it resulted in a walk both times. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chopper over to second. Drew Klassener fields, fires, and gets the first out of the inning. Count it as a 4-3 putout if you're scoring at home. Luke Arnold will step back in, and last time he was up to the plate, he crushed one off the left field wall and scored 2 Joes out of it. Now here's the first pitch to Arnold, framed in there for a strike on the outside corner. Magic on the mound for his second inning of work. The southpaw fires one in there for another strike. So Luke Arnold down in the count 0-2. Magic stands very tall on top of the bump there on the rubber. He has like a Chris Sale kind of delivery. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Arnold. That one way outside. And Luke Murray just lets it go by him towards the backstop. No one on base, so no Joe's advance after that ball got away. Luke Arnold 1 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. And he's down in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch from Magic. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Luke Arnold is retired for out number 2 here in the top of the 4th. So, Luke, we might see our first 1-2-3 inning of today's game.
We might, but I'll believe it when I see it for now.
Tyler Heinrichs will step in for the Joes, batting from the right side. 1 for 2 on the day, singled back in the first inning and then struck out in the second. Magic's first pitch to Heinrichs outside for ball number 1. The Steam only have 1 hit on the day. That 1 hit, though, left the ballpark, and it was a 3-run homer by Harrison Johnson as Heinrichs swings and misses to even the count at 1 apiece. So Casey Grimm has really had a quiet, good day. I mean, that 1 mistake to Johnson, and if that doesn't happen, he's looking at a 1 pitch or a 1 hit or a no hitter.
A no hitter, yeah, exactly.
But that's coulda, woulda, shoulda. And the lead is 4-3 for the Joes. 1-2 the count to Heinrichs. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Magic. That dives low at the shins for a ball. 2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Michael Decker on deck. This one ground ball to Harrison Johnson. He fires over to first, a little high, but able to snag his Wagner at first base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the first time between either team. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Hamilton Joes 4, Cincinnati Steam 3. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field. Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is safe and ready for you. Have an injury of some sort? Stop by Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine located on 3035 Hamilton Mason Road. The physicians and specialists at the Tri-Health Orthopedic and Sports Institute provide a full range of orthopedic care to ensure you don't miss out on a single moment on or off the field.
Back here in Florence, new pitcher on the mound. That's Noah Reisenfeld for the Joes. Casey Grimm pitches 3 innings, gave up 1 hit and 3 earned runs off the 3-run homer from Harrison Johnson. And Reisenfeld will be the first one out of the pen for the Joes to start this summer season. Reisenfeld from Chattanooga State Community College. Hails from Indiana Hill, Ohio, sophomore. He has a 4-seam, 2-seam sinker curveball pitch mix. I was talking to him earlier this week at practice. He says he's going to be playing college ball elsewhere, so no longer going to be playing at Chattanooga State Community College. Still looking at some schools. He did tell me he's kind of committed to a smaller school. I don't remember that one. But still opening up his options to other schools, maybe D1, D2. So Reisenfeld will come out in relief for the Joes here in the top, or the bottom of the fourth, rather. And Carrington Cross will lead things off for the Steam. Singled back in the second inning. And here's the first pitch from Reisenfeld. Swing and a miss. Big cut there from Cross. Reisenfeld in the windup. Kicks, delivers outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Carrington Cross, freshman, played for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Did not have a at-bat for the Bearcats this past season, but singled in his first one as the 1-1 pitch is behind Carrington Cross, behind his back. When watching Reisenfeld in warm-ups, when he tried that curveball, it wasn't on point, I should say. It was a little wild. We saw one there. 2-1 pitch. Paints the outside corner for a strike. That fastball, though, is looking good.
Yeah, that was a great pitch just on the outside corner. Great way to follow it up after the last one got away from him.
Let's see if they go back to it. 2-2 count to Cross. Here's the pitch from Reisenfeld. This one wild, way outside. And that one went to the backstop, and the count's full. So we've seen a little bit of good and a little bit of bad from Reisenfeld in his first appearance of the summer for the Hamilton Joes. 3-2 the count now to Carrington Cross. Here's the payoff pitch. That one sails high, and Cross will reach on a walk. And this Steam have a man aboard to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning as they trail by a run. They only have one hit. As I mentioned multiple times, that one hit was a 3-run homer back in the first inning. And the 9-hitter Truman Pearson will step in from the right side as he looks at a ball just below the knees.
I'm interested to see a pitch choice here from Reisenfeld if he decides to go a little more conservative now that there is a runner on after a couple of wild ones in that first at-bat, or if he's just going to try to rein it in and pitch normally to Pearson.
1-0 pitch, skips in the dirt. Ulrich threw down to first on the snapback throw as Cross was way off. He was maybe close to halfway towards second base, and a good throw from Ulrich, and that results in an out. Ulrich shaking his head after that one, a little frustrated as he knew if the throw's on line, there's one out with nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth, but instead it's a 2-0 count with Carrington Cross on first base. Here's a 2-0 pitch, popped up out of play for the first strike of the at-bat to Pearson.
Yeah, I think that last one kind of took Ulrich by surprise. It wasn't really a steal from Cross, more of like a secondary lead, but he was really far off the bag, and I think, like I said, Ulrich, I think was a little bit shocked by that, and so his throw was a little off, and he wasn't able to get the runner.
Chopper up the middle. Braden Broom steps on second, fires to first, and it's a double play for the Hamilton Joes. How about that? Braden Broom fielding it himself, stepping on the bag and throwing to first, and Reisenfeld has to be happy about that one after a little rocky start. There's 2 outs with nobody on. In the top of the order, coming up for this team, R.J. Barnes. R.J. Barnes, 0 for 1 on the day, walked back in the first inning and then lined out. Hit one hard over to Heinrichs at first base back in the second. 1-0 first pitch to Barnes is a ball. 1-0 the count with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Check swing, he did not go. Appeal to first, he did. 1-1 the count now after the appeal over to the base umpire, David Blanchett. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Reisenfeld. Breaking ball, but can't get that one below the letters. That one sails high for ball 2. Reisenfeld out of the windup. Fires towards home. Check swing once again. Did he go? He did. No need for an appeal down to the first base umpire. Home plate umpire Lyle Travis calling that he went around. 2-2 the count, and Reisenfeld a strike away from ending the 4th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside. Almost got a piece of the jersey of R.J. Barnes. Works the count full now with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-3 the lead for the Hamilton Joes. Here's the payoff pitch from Reisenfeld. Check swing again. He did. Go around. See you later. Strike 3 called, and Reisenfeld gets out of the inning after a bumpy start. No one left on base for the Steam. We head to the 5th inning in this one. Hamilton Joes 4, Cincinnati Steam 3 here on Hamilton Joes YouTube.
Joe's fans, in need of insurance, United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872, for years they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
Back here in Florence, we've been saying 1 hit, but the light is out over there on the scoreboard. And as us broadcasters, we should know there's 4 hits from the Cincinnati Steam today. 4-3 the score. Joe's on top to start the 5th inning. Michael Decker will lead things off for the Hamilton Joes. 2 strikeouts. One was a backwards K, one was a swinging strikeout. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it hits him. And Michael Decker is aboard. So first pitch hits Decker, and the Joes have a man aboard to start things off here in the 5th inning. Casey Grimm went 3 innings pitched, gave up 3 earned runs, 4 hits, and also had 4 strikeouts on his day on the mound. First pitch to Dalton Miller is a ball. Dalton Miller, 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in his last appearance, but reached base after a pass ball from Luke Murray. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. And runner goes, and the ball got away from Tyler Wagner, and the Joes get bailed out. Michael Decker was gonna be, Michael Decker had no chance. If that was a good throw, he would have been gunned down as he was on the move, and Majik was throwing to first, trying to pick him off, but sigh of relief for the Joes, and Dalton Miller in scoring position after a wild play there. 1-0 the pitch, 1-0 count to Dalton Miller. Here's the pitch from Majik. Strike on the outside corner. Miller thought about swinging, but decided not to. Looks at that one for a strike to make the count 1-1. No one out here in the top of the 5th. Michael Decker stands at second after getting hit and then getting lucked out, advancing on second after the error. And he gets picked at second, and they get him. Decker was leaning, and a nice pickoff move there by Majik. And the second time around, Michael Decker is caught too far off the base paths for the first out of the inning.
And that's a tough way to go out for Decker.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it weren't for a bad throw, they would have already gotten you once. Maybe you would have learned your lesson the first time, but second time's the charm for the Steam, and they pick him off.
Majik, I mean, he stands pretty tall over there on the mound, and lifted that knee up and turned around and had Decker leaning. 2-1 pitch is outside off the mitt of Murray. 3-1 the count to Dalton Miller. So instead of the Joes having a runner in scoring position, no one on with one down here in the top of the fifth. And he works a walk. So Miller aboard for the third time. Second time was a strikeout, but dropped third strike, reached base, and he's on the base paths for the third time in 3 plate appearances, with one out here in the top of the fifth. Donofrio will step in for the Joes. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat in the first inning, then flew out to center field back in the third. Here's the first pitch to Majik, swing and a miss for strike one. Sun setting here in Florence. Pickoff move, a nice one, but Miller able to slide in there head first just in the nick of time. That one was a move that the Joes had not seen yet. It was just a quick step off and throw. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Nope. Majik will fire back to first. And Miller read that one better and got back easily. 0-1 the count to Donofrio. The 0-1 pitch, that dives low and outside for ball two, or ball one. 1-1 the count.
Majik the Southpaw's got a great look at first base from the mound, and he's already gone there a couple times. I wouldn't be surprised to see him keep doing that in the future. He's looking right at first base when he pitches.
1-1 pitch, paints the outside corner for strike two. 1-2 the count. Donofrio was the number 96th prospect in Florida out of high school, and back in 2020, batted .356 over at Eckerd College. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Majik. That one skips into the turf. Murray keeps it in front of him to hold that runner at first base. Counts now even at 2 with one down here in the top of the fifth. Joes lead 4-3 in this one. They have 4 runs on 6 hits. The Steam have 3 runs on 4 hits. Majik sets at the belt. The southpaw now fires home. That one is a strike. And that's a strike 3 looking. Donofrio down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And Braden Broom will step in from the right side for the Joes with 2 down and 1 on. Broom grounded out to third base and also walked and got to second base where he was stranded in the third inning. Swing and a miss on a change piece. A little early on that one for strike number 1. Braden Broom out of Ringgold, Georgia. Majik will throw back to first, but Dalton Miller back easily. Broom looking for his first hit as a Joe. 0 for 1 on the day, walked in his last plate appearance. Lefty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch from Majik. Check swing, and that's a little dribbler. Nice diving grab by Tyler Wagner. He flips to the pitcher, Majik, in time for the final out of the inning. Nifty play over there. Wagner diving to his right and then flipping it to Majik at first to get out of the inning. Joes lead 4-3 in this one. We move to the bottom of the fifth. Here from Florence, you're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Back here in Florence, Kentucky, at the Y'all Stadium. Beautiful night for some baseball. Sun is pretty much set. Lights are on here at the ballpark. Reisenfeld back on the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch high and outside for a ball to Adam Schneider. Fielder's choice in his last plate appearance. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off towards the screen for strike one. Reisenfeld had a bumpy start to his outing, but settled in after the ground ball that resulted in a double play. Braden Broom tapping the bag and then throwing to first. This one's wild. Near the helmet of the left-handed batter, Schneider. Sails over the Ulrich's mitt as well and goes to the backstop. Reisenfeld a little wild and counts 2-1.
Yeah, Reisenfeld's had some trouble kind of controlling it.
This one a little inside as well, but that one was just off the plate. Ulrich trying to frame it and kind of had a little head nod in frustration, like he thought that might have been a strike. 3-1 the count. Now to Schneider. Reached on the air back in the first inning, and fielder's choice in his last plate appearance. And once again, this inning for the Steam is going to result in a leadoff walk. (4-3) the score. Joe's on top. We haven't had a run since the top of the second inning. We had all 7 of the runs that have been scored from combined both teams. We're in the first inning and the top of the second. Goose eggs the rest of the way here all the way into the bottom of the fifth. First pitch to Wagner is a strike on the outside corner. Wagner 0 for 2 on the day with a line out and a strikeout. But this is his first time facing Reisenfeld. Right-handed pitcher against the left-handed hitter Wagner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one a little high for ball one. (1-1) the count to Wagner with Schneider on first base for the Cincinnati Steam. Time is called. And we'll reset here. Reisenfeld dangles his right arm, looking into the sign to Ulrich. Now sets, now fires. This one poked down the left field line towards the third base coach and foul. 4-3 the score. Here's the pitch from Reisenfeld. Runner on the move. Ulrich fires down, and it's off the mitt and into center field, but Schneider will remain at second base for the stolen base. Ulrich has a good arm, but unable to put one on the money. That one sailed to the left into center field off the mitt of Luke Arnold. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit up the middle, and it's a soft play, and it's caught! A diving play by Braden Broom. It was a soft little blooper that was heading towards center field, but once again, we see another great play from the middle infielders for the Hamilton Joes, this time coming from the second baseman, Braden Broom, diving to his right and getting the first out of the inning. What a play. And there's one down now here in the bottom of the fifth. A tying run on second base for the Steam, and Michael Marks steps up to the plate and calls time. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's their first pitch from Reisenfeld to Michael Marks. Curveball. And that's inside. Had a nice action there on that one. 1-0 the pitch. 1-0 the count, rather, with one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Reisenfeld paints the outside corner for strike one. And the count's now even at one apiece with one down. Adam Schneider over there on second base. The Steam trying to get him home to tie this one up at 4 apiece. Schneider on the move. He fired to third, and it's in time. Ulrich. It was a bouncer into third. It was a close play. From our vantage point, it looked like Schneider might have got in there, but a great tag over there at third by Mitch Donofrio. And the Joes now have two down here in the bottom of the fifth. Schneider had a good jump on that one, but Ulrich able to throw one that probably landed in the turf 4 feet away from Donofrio at third base, but Donofrio able to pick that one off the turf and apply the tag for the second out of the inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Reisenfeld, and that's a walk, so the Steam get another one on, and Marks works the walk here with two down. Ulrich's going to go check on Reisenfeld at the mound, try to calm him down. He's been a little bit wild, but he has shown signs of firing it in there. But with two down in this one, with runners on first base, or runner on first base, you want to make sure you don't give up a 2-out rally to this Cincinnati Steam team and escape with the lead intact going into the 6th inning. Bottom of the 5th, 4-3 the score. Michael Marks on first base after working the walk. Harrison Johnson, who's had a great day thus far, he is 2 for 2, and a bouncer gets away from Ulrich, and advancing 90 feet is Michael Marks. So a runner in scoring position for the Cincinnati Steam. And if you're a Steam fan, this is the guy you want up at the plate. Harrison Johnson, 2 for 2 on the day. 3-run homer back in the first and a single in the third. There's the 1-0 pitch to Reisenfeld. This one gets away again. And he is gunned down at home after Ulrich gets the ball near the near the on-deck circle, and now the umpires can convene, and they're going to say he's out. It was an interesting play there. Ball got away from Ulrich. Michael Marks was at second, advanced to third, then was going home because Ulrich couldn't find the ball because it was down the on-deck circle of the Steam. Almost got picked up by the ball boy. Ulrich picks it up, fires home to Reisenfeld, and Reisenfeld applies the tag on Marks, and somehow the Joes still have the lead.
Somehow, some way, yeah, that was a pretty crazy sequence, and that caps off in an exciting way, 3 scoreless innings
Oh, my.
for both these teams. It's been 3.5 innings since we've seen a run, and now we'll head to the top of the 6th, and Hamilton's still clinging on to that 1-run lead.
Let's see if the Joes can add some runs going in the top of the 6th. We'll take a short break. Joes lead 4-3 in this one, and from Florence, listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio.
Well, that was a wild half inning. Reisenfeld faced the minimum, 3 batters. 2 of them reached base, but 2 of them got gunned down in one way or the other. It was a frantic play to end the inning there after Ulrich couldn't find the ball. And Michael Marks was trying to go from second to home. It was a close play at the plate, but just in time to get Marks out at home. And leading off things for the Joes is going to be Evan Ulrich. And he looks at a strike from Majik. He swings at the second pitch, and that one's fouled off towards the netting for strike number 2. Audio-only broadcast for today's game, hoping we can have a video for everyone listening sometime this weekend, so you don't just hear our voices, you can see what's going on as well. Ulrich swings and misses, a 3-pitch strikeout for Ulrich, and Majik gets the first out of the top of the 6th. That is Majik's 3rd strikeout of the game thus far. And top of the order, now up for the Joes, that's Logan Castleman. 2 for 3 day for Castleman. Swing and a miss on the second pitch of the at-bat. Count now 1-1. Lights on and starting to get a little darker here at Y'all Stadium in Florence, Kentucky. Here's the pitch from Majik. That one just a bit low for ball 2. Castleman singled in the first, singled in the second, scored both times, and then back in the 3rd inning, he grounded out to third base. 2-1 pitch. Chopper foul towards the steam dugout. He grounded out to third base when the bases were juiced. And third baseman Harrison Johnson just stepped on the bag and got the force out. Count now 2-2 to Castleman. Majik kicks, fires, and that one way outside, and another wild pitch. We've seen a lot of those tonight from Reisenfeld. We had a couple from Grimm and a couple from... We've seen it all today. And the saying goes, when you go to the ballpark, you're always going to see something new. And we've seen a lot of things. We're only through 5 innings of play, now in the top of the 6th here in Florence. 3-2 count from Majik to Castleman, and that is a ball outside. Castleman works the walk, and it's a 1-out walk for the Joes. And the 2-hitter, John Sanjul, is 0 for 1 in the day, walked twice, but grounded out to second base back in the 4th inning in his last at-bat.
Logan Castleman's had himself a nice day in the leadoff spot. He started off really hot with 2 bloop singles, a pair of stolen bases as well, and he would eventually score a run on both of those plays. He had a fielder's choice in the third, but now back onto the base paths here in the sixth with a walk.
You wonder if head coach Tyler Thaman, who's at third base coaching over there, is going to have the steal sign for Castleman. Well, not after those first two pitches. The count is now 1-1 to John Sanjewell, looking for his first hit as a Joe this summer. Sanjewell, junior out of Columbia. Pickoff move over to first, not in time. Read well over there for Castleman. Now after the Joes have seen pretty much all of his moves, you would assume, kind of get a feel for that and work on your leadoff. Castleman now toying over there with Majic. Majic fires home, pops out of the mitt. Castleman is going to swipe second base. Another pass ball from Luke Murray that popped out of the mitt. And now a runner in scoring position for the Hamilton Joes with a one-run lead in this one in the top of the sixth. Sanjewell, a base hit away from probably scoring Castleman over there at second base. The lefty Majic. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Sanjewell. Majic looks at second, now fires home. This one fouled back towards the backstop for strike two. 2-2 the count now to Sanjewell with one down here in the top of the sixth. Joes lead 4-3. We haven't had a run from either team since the top of the second inning. It's been goose eggs ever since. Both teams have threatened with runners on the base paths, but haven't been able to plate one. This one dribbled foul. So Sanjewell staying alive in this at bat. Sanjewell batting from the left side, facing the southpaw pitcher, Majic. Castleman on second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Castleman on the move. Ball in the turf, and Castleman swipes third. So now maybe a deep fly ball or a ground ball towards the right side is probably going to score Castleman, and the count is now 3-2 to John Sanjewell. So Castleman gets 2 stolen bags after reaching first on the walk. With one down, here's the payoff pitch. Hit hard up the middle, but making a nice snag over there at short. It's a line out. Carrington Cross able to snag that one after it was a hard hit ball by Sanjewell. And Castleman remains at third. Luke Arnold will now step in, but we're going to have a mound visit. This might be the end of Majic's night. Eli Majic appears like he'll stay out there. This might be maybe his final batter, or potentially his final inning if he can get this final out of the top of the sixth. 2 down. Castleman is on third for the Joes. Luke Arnold is 1 for 3 on the day. He had a big 2 RBI double that hit off the left field wall. A couple feet more, and that was a homer. See if he can add another RBI to his resume today.
The hometown boy from Florence, Kentucky, Braxton Foley, number 30 in blue, in the Cincinnati Steam bullpen right now. Sophomore at a University of South Carolina, Lancaster. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if Magic's able to finish out this inning.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Arnold. That one down and in to Luke Arnold, who had to kind of skip his way away from that ball. 1-1 the count now to Luke Arnold with 2 outs. Joes lead 4-3 here in Game 1 of this summer season. Arnold rips down the left field line, and it is foul. Man, that was close. Arnold got the barrel on the ball on that one, but that one just centimeters off the left field line, foul. And now the count's 1-2. If that was just a couple inches right, that's a fair ball, and the Joes have a 5-3 lead, but instead remains 4-3, and Castleman stands at third with a 1-2 count, 2 down here in the top of the sixth. Majic sets at the belt. The southpaw fires home. This one outside. So 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to the right-handed hitter, Luke Arnold. Joe's lead 4-3, trying to extend that here. It's a shift for the Steam, so the right side is wide open. This one through the left side, and it got through the shift. That's a RBI single for Luke Arnold. Castleman comes in to score, and Luke Arnold has 3 RBIs on the day. So the Steam shifted all the way to the left side to protect the left side of the infield, but Arnold able to get it through the shift and between the shortstop and the middle of the infield where the second baseman was playing was right behind second base. So right in between that gap between shortstop and the second baseman there, and it's a 5-3 ball game. Joe's on top. Luke Arnold's done a great job hitting the ball today. Had a double that scored 2 runs and then a big single there to add to the Joe's lead here in this one. Top of the 6th, 5-3, the Joes on top. Tyler Heinerkis, 1 for 3 on the day. Looks at 2 straight balls now on the count 2-0. Heinerkis single back in the first, struck out in the second, then grounded out to third back in the fourth. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike from Majic. You got to think if Majic's unable to get Heinerkis here, probably go to the pen if you're the Steam. But if Majic's able to get Heinerkis, it's probably the end of the night for him, one way or the other. This one skied into left field, shallow left field, and underneath it is Schneider, and Schneider will make the grab for the final out of the inning. Luke Arnold with a base knock to extend the lead up to 2 for the Joes. Joes 5, Steam 3. We move to the bottom of the 2nd. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com.
Back here in Florence at Y'all Stadium, new pitcher for the Hamilton Joes. It's going to be Sebastian Gongora on the mound for the 3rd pitcher for the Joes today. Sebastian Gongora, sophomore out of Wright State, hails from Dayton, Ohio. Did not pitch this past season for Wright State. A couple guys on the team from Wright State on the Joes. Wright State currently in the NCAA tournament, having a great season. Probably playing right now. But Sebastian Gongora, the lefty, will start things off for the Joes here, pitching on the mound for the bottom of the 6th. That one high into Harrison Johnson. Has a home run and single on the day. So lefty on lefty matchup. Here's the pitch from Gongora. Nice pitch there that goes across the plate for strike number 1. 1-1 the count to Harrison Johnson, who has had a phenomenal day in his 2 plate appearances thus far. And he looks at another one and just misses. 2 on the count. A little wacky delivery from Gongora. He comes over the top, and it appears like it's kind of hard for the hitter to pick up out of his hand. We saw Majik with a Chris Sale kind of delivery. I don't know if I can kind of pinpoint an MLB comparison to his pitching style, but Johnson works the walk, and there's a runner on for the Steam. Another leadoff walk. We've seen that multiple times today for the Steam. That's actually the 3rd straight inning now where the Steam have worked a leadoff walk, but haven't been able to play any of those. Their 3 runs came back in the 1st inning off the bat of Harrison Johnson, who's now on first.
Going back to what you said a little bit earlier, maybe of interest to some of our viewers and certainly some of our players, the Wright State Raiders are looking to close out a first-round upset, or an opening game upset in the NCAA tournament over the Tennessee Volunteers. This game's in the bottom of the 9th right now. The Volunteers are trailing 8-5.
Yeah, Volunteers are hosting that regional as well, so good job over there for Wright State.
I'll tell you, over the past couple of years, their season was obviously shortened last year, but that last season for the Raiders really looked like it held some promise, and this year they went 35-11, and they've really turned that program down in Dayton to one of the premier mid-majors in the country.
They'll be sitting pretty if they can finish that one out in the bottom of the 9th in Knoxville. 2-1 the count now after that ball to Klassener. Klassener singled back in the 3rd inning and then grounded out in the 1st. 2-1 the count to Klassener. Here's the pitch from Gongora, the lefty. Fires, runner on the move. Ulrich can't stop it. It gets by him, and it's going to be a stolen bag. It's going to be a stolen bag for Harrison Johnson. He'll move all the way up to second. And the count is now 3-1, and Gongora trying to avoid giving up back-to-back walks in his first pitching appearance for the Joes this summer. 5-3 the score, the Joes on top. A big pitch coming from Gongora to avoid giving up back-to-back walks. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch from Gongora. Hit hard and through the right side for a single. Rounding 3rd and coming home is Harrison Johnson. He's in there safely, and the Steam have cut the Joes' lead down to 1. RBI single for Drew Klassener. And there's still no one out for the Hamilton Joes. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 5-4 game now after the single from Klassener. And Luke Murray, the catcher, will step in. 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out back in the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to Murray from Gongora. That one a bit high for ball 1. Gongora sets, now fires. That one in there for a strike. In the inner half of the plate it appeared. See if they'll have Klassener over there at first on the move. He bluffs, and a swing and a miss by Luke Murray. Count now 1-2. Big pitch here from Gongora to get his confidence back after giving up a walk that came around to score, and then the RBI single to Klassener. Sebastian Gongora sets at the belt. The lefty fires in for a strike. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout there from Gongora. Ulrich letting him know how happy he is about that one behind the dish. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 6th. Carrington Cross will step in. 1 for 1 day. He walked back in the fourth, but then he was caught stealing. And he looks at a strike right down the middle from Gongora. Gongora, and they had him, but going to second is Klassener. After it was a kind of a slow delivery back to first on the pickoff move from Gongora, and Klassener was able to haul over to second. And now a runner in scoring position, and a single in the outfield is probably going to score Klassener and tie this game up. 5-4 the lead for the Joes here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-1 the count to Carrington Cross, rather. Here's the pitch from Gongora, and there for a strike looking. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. See if Carrington Cross can battle at the plate with 2 strikes on him. Gongora sets, looks over to Klassener over at second, now fires home. This one fouled off towards the netting. Cross able to get a piece of it to stay alive. Carrington Cross out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Did not have an at-bat for the Bearcats of Cincinnati this past year. Here's the pitch from Gongora. Just a bit high for ball 1. Runner on second for the Steam. The Joes lead 5-4 in this one in the bottom of the sixth. Gongora looks over at second. Delivers home. It's a breaking ball that sails high. Ulrich has to come out of his stance to keep that one from going behind him. 2-2 the count now to Carrington Cross, the shortstop for the Cincinnati Steam. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from Sebastian Gongora, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth. And now the 9-hitter Truman Pearson will step in with an opportunity to maybe tie this one up with a runner on second. So back-to-back strikeouts for Sebastian Gongora after giving up a walk and a single. The guy who walked was Harrison Johnson. He came around and scored to make it a 5-4 game. And Drew Klassener stands at second base, talking over there to Braden Broom. We actually have a pinch hitter. It's going to be John Odom, another Northern Kentucky product out of Taylor Mill, Kentucky. He batted .281 for the Norse. And now Keegan Burney, pitching coach for the Joes, is going to come out and talk to Gongora and have a game plan for this at-bat. Can't tell if there's any movement over there, if anybody's getting warmed up for the Joes. Doesn't look like it. Some movement over there in the Joes bullpen, but it doesn't look like anybody's getting warmed up. Gongora will remain in the game after the mound visit. And now here comes a big at-bat for John Odom. He started 38 of the 42 games for the Norse this past year. And there's 2 down in this bottom half of the sixth. First pitch fouled off towards the netting behind home plate for strike 1. So Sebastian Gongora has struck out the last 2 batters and looking to keep the damage to only 1 run here in the bottom of the sixth and keep the lead for the Joes into the 7th. John Odom batting from the right side. Here's the southpaw Gongora, and another one fouled back towards the backstop. 2 strikes now on John Odom. What do you think you go here? You think you have a waste pitch in you? Try to make him chase upstairs?
I think that's a possibility, yeah, when you're this far ahead in the count. And you do want to be careful with a runner in scoring position here, especially with 2 outs. You'd love to
You don't
Try
want
and get him to chase right here.
You don't want to leave anything over the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fouled off into the concourse area here at the stadium. Count remains 0-2, and Odom just trying to battle and keep his at-bat alive and keep the opportunity for him to have an RBI single or more, possibly. 5-4 the lead for the Joes. 0-2 pitch with 2 outs from Gongora. This one ripped into right field. John Sanjul camps under it, and he is there, ranging to his left for the make the grab in the final out of the inning. The Steam score 1, but they strand 1 on second base. The Joes remain on top, 5-4 over the Steam. We move to the 7th inning. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Joe's fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
New pitcher for the Cincinnati Steam. It's going to be Braxton Foley, the hometown guy out of Florence, Kentucky. He'll be in to pitch. Try to keep the Joes lead to 1. 5-4 the score. Joes on top over the Cincinnati Steam in Game 1. Michael Decker swings at the first pitch, fouled back over the press box from where we are. Decker 0 for 2 on the day and got hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance, and then got picked off over at second when he was on the base paths. Here's the 1 pitch to Decker, and that one a curveball outside for a ball. 1-1 outside again, and Decker ahead in the count 2-1. Decker out of Columbia, like all Ivy League schools, did not have a season this past spring. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Decker, fouled off towards the back screen for strike number 2, so 2-2. Count on Decker, the DH hitter for the Hamilton Joes tonight. Seven hits for the Joes tonight, and 5 runs. They hold a 1-run lead, and Michael Decker swings and misses for a strikeout, his 3rd of the day, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Good start for Braxton Foley in his first inning of work for the Steam. Foley out of South Carolina Lancaster, sophomore. Now Dalton Miller will step into the box, batting from the right side. 1 for 2 day. Walked back in the 5th inning in his last plate appearance. Here's the pitch from Foley. Little curveball in there for a ball. A little high and inside. Here's the 1-1. Well, 1-0. Make it 1-1 now after the wave and miss from Miller. Miller out of Hamilton, Ohio. Out of Miami, Hamilton, rather. Now the 1-1 pitch to Miller. Barely gets a piece of it. Goes straight back towards the backstop for strike 2. 5-4 lead for the Joes. 3 of those RBIs, 3 of those runs came off the bat of Luke Arnold. It was a 2 RBI double back in the 2nd. Miller pops one up behind home plate towards us and just short of us. You got to be ready for those, Luke.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Gotta snag one, unlike your dad.
Unlike my dad, yeah.
Luke's dad botched a foul ball early in the game today. Swing and a miss from Dolan Miller, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts for Braxton Foley to start this inning. Looking good for the hometown kid out of Florence, Kentucky.
Yeah, I think we might have announcer cursed the Wright State Raiders, Sam.
Oh no, they blew
Tennessee comes all the way back in the bottom of the 9th to take game 1 9-8. So Wright State,
that is brutal.
after having an 8-5 lead going into the bottom of the 9th, gives up 4 runs and Tennessee walks off. So a tough night for the Raiders. As we mentioned, a number of players in this game familiar with that program.
Yeah, I'm sure Luke Arnold and a couple other players are going to look at the score after the game and not feel great after. Man, 9-8. Wow, they had an 8-5 lead. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That's what postseason college baseball. Great TV.
Yeah, it
It's
really
electric,
is.
Yeah. First pitch to Donofrio is the ball.
Wright State will take on either Duke or Liberty tomorrow in Knoxville in the next game of the regional.
So it's double elimination for them. Sammy Sass, who's the catcher for the Wright State Raiders, as Donofrio looks at a strike to make the count 2-1. Sammy Sass is going to be coming over from Wright State to the Hamilton Joes later this summer once their season ends. Swing and a miss to the high cheese. And Braxton Foley trying to strike out the side here in order. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back out of play.
Yeah, Sammy Sass, a vital part of that Wright State Raiders team from Columbus, Ohio. First team All-Horizon League, batted .379 this year, .474 on-base percentage.
So that'll be an exciting bat for the Joes. Now 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count now to Mitch Donofrio.
Of course, we're rooting for him in NCAA postseason play, but also want to see him here at the Joes soon.
And Donofrio works the walk. That one into the turf. And it's a 2-out walk. Braxton Foley not going to be able to strike out 3 straight. And now the 8 hitter Braden Broom will step in for the Hamilton Joes. Braden Broom 1 for 2 today, or 0 for 2 rather. Looking for his first hit as the Joe. Reached base back in the 3rd inning via the walk. He looks at a strike there on the first pitch of his at-bat. Be interesting to see if Donofrio will be on the move. Tyler Thaman, head coach, who's coaching over there at third base, has been really aggressive. A lot of steal signs for the Joes and the Steam today. And Broom looks at another one on the outer half of the plate. Strike 2, and he's down in the count 0-2. With 2 outs in the inning. Evan Ulrich on deck if Broom is able to reach. Braxton Foley sets. Now fires. Chopper right back to Foley. Foley will take a couple steps. Underhand throw over to first. And that is the final out of the inning. So quick work from Braxton Foley. A good inning for him out of the pen. And we move to the bottom of the seventh. It's time to stretch for the first time this season. Hamilton Joes 5. Hence Cincinnati Steam 4. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Back here at Y'all Stadium, Hamilton Joes protecting a 5-4 lead against the Cincinnati Steam in Game 1 of this Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League season. Both these teams going to see each other quite a bit all summer long. New pitcher for the Hamilton Joes, it's going to be Kyle Durham, a junior out of Eckerd College and hails from Lighthouse Point, Florida. Back in 2020, he pitched 26 1/3 innings, gave up 17 earned runs, had a 5.81 ERA at Eckerd College. So Gongora just pitches 1 inning. He struck out 2, gave up 1 hit, and had 1 walk as well. Just 1 inning of work for Sebastian Gongora. But most importantly, he gave up 1 run as well. And 1 hit. 2 Ks and 1 walk, the final stat line for Sebastian Gongora in his first outing in relief for the Hamilton Joes. Kyle Durham on the mound, the right-handed pitcher. And squaring to bunt, watch out. R.J. Barnes had to get out of that ball's way as it was heading towards his head, and that's always a scary thing. We've seen actually a couple of those where it's been towards the head or neck area and it's been where the hitter has to get out of the way really quick. Definitely not great to get hit by a ball in your face. So the first pitch, a little wild from Kyle Durham. Let's see if he can settle in here on the second one. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Durham. That one high. It was over the plate, but high for ball 2. Top of the order for the Steam, R.J. Barnes, watch out again, as this one's high and in for ball number 3. 3-0 count now to R.J. Barnes. You got to think he's getting the red light here. Get me over strike there from Durham. 3-1 the count now. Three straight innings the Cincinnati Steam have gotten the leadoff runner on. This one popped up. Ulrich going to get it, and he gets it on the catch towards the on-deck circle of the Steam. He had a tough play as he had to try to find where that one was at. He was able to track it down and then get the underhand grab for the first out of the inning. So R.J. Barnes, after a head 3-0 in the count, Durham was able to throw a pitch over the plate to make it 3-1 and get Barnes to pop up to Ulrich behind the dish. Now Adam Schneider will step in. Still looking for his first hit for the Steam this summer. 2 straight balls to make it 2-0. Adam Schneider reached on an error in the first, fielder's choice in the second, and then walked back in the 5th inning. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Durham. In there for a strike, high in the zone. For strike number 1 in the at-bat. Schneider batting from the left side. The Steam in their Carolina blue uniforms, white pants, blue socks, blue helmets. And Durham just misses on the inner half of the plate. Ulrich really wanted that one behind the dish. Don't get the call there from Lyle Travis. And the count's 3-1 to Adam Schneider. 5-4 the score. Hamilton Joe's on top. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one high and outside, and the Steam have a runner on once again via the walk. Schneider will reach base for the second straight time, both times by the walk. And Tyler Wagner will step in, who's 0 for 3 on the day. He's gotten out twice, or 3 times. He struck out in the third, but the other 2 times he put it in play. There have been web gem plays up the middle, one from Arnold and then one from Broom as he swings and misses at the first pitch delivery from Durham. Runner on first for the Cincinnati Steam. 5-4 the score for the Joes on top. Here's the right-handed pitcher. Durham misses outside. Count now even at 1 with 1 down. Tyler Wagner 0 for 3 on the day. The first baseman for the Steam. 1-1 is high and outside again. 2-1 to count. Wagner, another Northern Kentucky product out of Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Did not play in 2021, but had a .219 average in 2020. Swings and misses at the 2-1 delivery from Durham, and the count is 2-2. Runner on first for the Steam, 2-2 the count. Kyle Durham on the bump for the Joes. His first inning of work. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Durham really has a quick delivery to home plate. It's a slide step action, and that's good to keep runners on first base to avoid stealing. Have a better chance of maybe Ulrich able to get a guy getting a guy on the base pass if the Steam elect to go for the steal, which we've seen many times tonight. First pitch to Michael Marks is a ball. Durham sets at the belt. Runner on the move. Ulrich fires. It's a higher throw and not in time as it was Braden Broom trying to apply the tag below his waist. And a runner in scoring position for the Steam and a base knock could potentially tie this puppy up at 5. For if Michael Marks is able to poke one out into the outfield. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike. So Durham a strike away from stranding that runner on second and keeping the lead at 1 for the Joes. Michael Marks, the right-handed batter. Kyle Durham, the right-handed pitcher. He sets at the belt, looks at second, now fires home. That one scooped by Ulrich as he had a backhand scoop towards his right to keep that one in front of him and avoid Schneider to advance to third. So it's 2-2 the count. 2 outs in this one in the bottom of the 7th. Joe's lead 5-4. Runner on second for the Steam. Kyle Durham on the mound. He fires home. It's a breaking ball, but that one a little high for ball 3. So it's a full count with 2 down. Big pitch here from Kyle Durham. The junior out of Eckerd College. Big moment on the mound for him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. And the Joes will strand a runner on second once again. We move to the top of the 8th. Joes 5, Steam 4. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Back here in Florence, Joe's lead 5-4, and the 9-hitter Evan Ulrich out of Ohio State will start things off. As Foley was trying to throw home, but the sound was still going. Sound is off, and we're ready to play here in the top of the 8th. Here's the first pitch to Ulrich, just a tad outside. Braxton Foley had 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work back in the 7th inning. He kicks, fires, and swing and a miss from Ulrich. Ulrich, 1 for 2 on the day, got a single back in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and then struck out in his last plate appearance in the 6th. We're in the 8th, and the Joes lead 5-4. 4 of their runs came in the 1st and 2nd innings. Ulrich looks at a ball high and outside for ball 2. Hamilton Joes will be back in action tomorrow night. First home game at Foundation Field as Ulrich looks at another one high and inside this time for ball 3. Sam Newcomb here, Luke West-Poey right alongside me. We'll have all the action here on YouTube for the broadcast for the Joes all season long. Ulrich looks at his strike, flips his bat. He thought it was a walk, and instead it's a 3-2 count. All right, let's see what he can do. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch from Foley. Fouled off towards the screen. We'll do it again. Interesting to note that the 5 runs scored for the Joes today, it was either Logan Castleman or John Sanjul scoring. 3-2 pitch, fouled off, straight back towards the screen again. Top of the order doing all its damage in the scoring column today. 5-4 lead here in the top of the 8th. Here's the payoff pitch to Ulrich. Ripped into right field, but that's going to sail foul. Now to play. So 3 straight foul balls on this full count. From Foley, who's on the mound, to Evan Ulrich. Here's the payoff pitch once again, and that one's a nasty pitch. And it freezes Ulrich as he looks at one, strike 3 for the 2nd strikeout of his day. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Castleman has reached base 3 times, and all 3 times he's reached base, he's came around and scored. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Walked back in the 6th in his last plate appearance. And the count is now 0-1 on Castleman. 0-1 pitch. Another curveball, but that one dives low below the knees. 1s across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Braxton Foley back to work on the mound. He fires one high and inside. Castleman had to lean back out of that one. 2-1 the count now to Logan Castleman. And the 2-1 is high to make it 3-1. Foley walked Donofrio back in the 7th, and the 3-1 pitch is outside for ball 4, so Castleman works a walk in his second straight plate appearance. And if the theme is if Castleman reaches, he comes around and scores, that's a good thing for the Joes. And now John Sanjul will step in. 0 for 2 in the day. He walked in his first 2 at-bats in the first and second inning, and then ground out the second, and he lined out to short in his last plate appearance. Pops this one up on the bunt, and it's caught by Murray behind the dish, who takes a couple steps in front of him, up in front of home plate, and makes the grab. So Sanjul unable to put that one down and can't advance the runner. And now Luke Arnold, who's had himself a day, 3 RBIs on the day, had a 2 RBI double back in the second, and then an RBI single in the 6th. And he's a big part of why the Joes are on top right now, 5-4. He was a couple feet, maybe inches away from putting one over the fence in the second inning. It was high off the left field wall. 0-1 pitch from Foley to Luke Arnold on its way, and there for a strike looking. So Luke Arnold down in the count, 0-2 in this one, in this at-bat, with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Castleman over at first base for the Hamilton Joes. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch. That one skies high for ball number 1. Arnold has had himself a day. He had that error early on in the game, but made up for it rather quickly in that same inning. Made 2 highlight plays, and then the bat has been just as good. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Joes hold on to a 1-run lead. They lead 5-4. They're 6 outs away from trying to go 1-0 to start this summer league season. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008.
New pitcher for the Hamilton Joes on the mound for the Joes for this bottom of the 8th inning is Alex Kerr. Alex Kerr, a junior out of Frontier Community College. Hometown is Liberty Township, Ohio. Has a 4-seam changeup and slider in his pitch mix. Appeared in 7 games for Frontier Community College. 9 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 9 hits, only 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, and finished the season with a 1.86 ERA. So we'll see if he will be maybe a 6-out closer for the Joes or if this will be his only inning of work. Lefty, I should say. And leading off for this team is going to be Harrison Johnson, who had the 3-run homer in the first inning and then a single in the third, but last plate appearance, walked. So he's been on base all 3 times, and he's looking to get on to maybe start a rally for this team and tie this one up or maybe take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. So Kyle Durham pitched 1 inning, no earned runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And now here's the first pitch from Kerr, and that one is in there for a strike to the left-handed batter, Harrison Johnson, for the Steam. 0-1 from Kerr, in there for a ball. That one looked good, but just missed off the plate. Evens the count at 1. Alex Kerr kicks, deals, and a swing and a miss from Johnson. And Kerr is a strike away from retiring Johnson. He would be the first Joe to do it tonight. Here's the wind, the delivery, and a line drive into right field. It's a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game, and the Steam have a leadoff single and a runner on to start the bottom of the 8th. It was a breaking ball, but he got all of that one. Lined it into right field for a single. And Klassener, the left-handed batter, will dig in for the Steam. He is 2 for 3 today. His last 2 plate appearances, he's reached on a single. Here he squares the bunt. He gets it down. Alex Kerr fields it. Underhand throw to first is good, and that's an out. But the runner advances. That is Johnson moving up 90 feet to second. So a single could potentially score a run for the Steam and tie things up at 5. The score is 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 down. Klassener does his job. And now Luke Murray, the catcher, will step in from the right side for the Cincinnati Steam. 1 down here in this one. In the bottom of the 8th, Alex Kerr, the lefty, fires to the right-handed batter, just off the plate. Evan Ulrich trying to frame that one on the outside corner. Doesn't get the call, though. Home plate umpire Lyle Travis. And in the field is David Blanchett. Luke Murray with a red sleeve on his right arm. Eyes Kerr. Kerr fires one in there. That one just misses, and a little frustration from Ulrich, who's behind the dish. He also thought that one might have been across the plate and in the strike zone, but Lyle Travis thought not. So the count's 2-0 now. There is the bag open at first. Alex Kerr steps off. Murray will step back in. Alex Kerr looks at second, now fires over to home, and in there at the knees for a strike. And the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Joes clinging to a 1-run lead here in Game 1 of the season. Alex Kerr sets at the belt. The southpaw looks over at second. Now fires home. That one is a ball, and the count is 3-1. Carrington Cross is on deck. He struck out his last plate appearance. So did Luke Murray, who's up to bat right now. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Hit up the middle, off the mitt of Kerr. Braden Broom fields it, and he has no play. So runners will be on the corners with 1 out. It was a hard-hit ball. I believe if Kerr didn't get that, that was probably going to go up the middle for a base hit and probably score Johnson. So maybe a run-saving play from Kerr, even though it doesn't result in an out. First and third, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Joes have the lead 5-4 at the moment. Carrington Cross up to bat. He looks at a ball. Man, if all games are going to be like this between these two teams, it's going to be a heck of a summer. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off the end of the bat towards the Joes dugout for strike 1. We actually have a pinch hitter for the Steam. That is Brennan Rowe, freshman out of Indiana. He only had 3 at-bats for the Hoosiers this past season. Both of them, all 3 were against the Penn State Nittany Lions. He went 2 for 3. And a big spot here for Brennan Rowe to maybe tie the game at 5. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Alex Kerr, long wait. Now he fires home, and time was called before the pitch. Pitch was going to be a ball if it counted. The time was called beforehand. Runners on the corners for the Steam. Johnson at third, Luke Murray at first. The 1-1 pitch, just a tad outside. Ulrich doing his best to frame that one, but couldn't get the call from Lyle Travis behind the dish, the home plate umpire. 2-1 the count with 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Big moment for both these teams. Alex Kerr sets at the belt, now kicks, fires, swing and a miss. There's 2 strikes on Brennan Rowe. Two the count with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Kerr fires, and that's a foul tip off Ulrich, and Ulrich wincing, but looks like he'll be all right. And we'll do it again. 2-2 the count with 1 down. And Brennan Rowe staying alive. Both guys on base on the corners for the Steam reached on a single. Now Brennan Rowe trying to get Johnson at third into home to tie this one up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit into right field. It's a base hit. That's going to score and tie this game up. Going to third is Murray, and runners on the corners, and this game's all tied up at 5 with 1 out. Brennan Rowe with a clutch at bat there, sending a single into right field to get an RBI single. And the game is all tied up at 5 here in the bottom of the 8th with still only 1 out. Runners are on the corners. Nine hitter, but John Odom pinch hit for Truman Pearson back in the 6th inning. He flew out to right field, and if he's able to fly out to right field, that probably is going to score Luke Murray and give the Steam the lead. It would be their first lead since they got the 3-run homer from Harrison Johnson back in the 1st inning. Pitching, or a mound visit, all the infielders will convene as Keegan Burney will talk things over with Alex Kerr, who has given up 3 singles in this inning. And there's runners on the corners for this team. We are all tied up at 5. Both teams have had 7 hits. Both teams have had 2 errors. And it comes down to the bat of John Odom. With the game all tied up at 5, and a fly ball will probably give this team the lead, or maybe even a ground ball with 1 down. Here's the pitch from Alex Kerr. High and outside for the first ball. And there's a 1-0 count now to John Odom. Alex Kerr will fire over to first to keep Brennan Rowe honest over there. Make sure he doesn't try to swipe second and get 2 runners in scoring position. 1-0 pitch to Odom, and this one's hit well to left field, and that ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer, and the Steam have a 3-run lead. John Odom crushed that one, and that one exited the ballpark in a hurry, and now the Steam have an 8-5 lead. What a clutch at bat there from John Odom to give the Steam an 8-5 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. A 3-run home run to give the Steam their second lead of the game. Alex Kerr will remain out there on the mound, and top of the order for the Steam as R.J. Barnes looks at a strike. Kerr right back to work, and back-to-back strikes to make the count 0-2. So the Joes will have still 3 outs to work with to try to manufacture their way back into this game, now down 3 runs. R.J. Barnes looks at a ball, the count 1-2 now. Here's the pitch from Alex Kerr. Hit up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. Man, they are just teeing off Alex Kerr right now. That is 4 singles and a home run now given up by Alex Kerr. And there's still only 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Adam Schneider will bat from the left side, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner. Maybe a favorable call there for Alex Kerr. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Alex Kerr as he looks over to first. He fires home. R.J. Barnes on the move. Ulrich with a good throw, and it is in time. He gets R.J. Barnes caught stealing. A good throw there from Ulrich, and applying the tag over there was Arnold for the second out of the inning. So R.J. Barnes caught stealing for the second out. Adam Schneider now rips one into center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. So make that the 6th base hit, or 6th hit rather, for the Steam this inning. And Tyler Wagner will step back in. He's the 8th man to hit here in the bottom of the 8th. Left-handed hitter, and he rips one into right field, and that ball is foul. Man, he cranked that one, but just cranked it a little too far down the right field line towards the foul pole. Man, the crack of the bat there.
And if that ball got into the corner, that could have been a stand-up triple. I mean, that was almost as perfect as you could get. It was just slightly foul.
He hit that one on the screws. The 0-1 pitch from Kerr. Breaking ball in the turf. Ulrich able to keep it in front of him to hold Schneider over there at first. 1-1 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-run inning for the Steam to have an 8-5 lead over the Joes here in Game 1 of the season. The 1-1 pitch from Kerr, swing and a miss. It was a foul tip, and there's 2 strikes now on Wagner. Trying to avoid the 3rd strikeout of the game is Wagner. Adam Schneider on first for the Steam. Kerr sets at the belt, now fires home, and it's a stolen base. Schneider able to swipe second as he was on the move. Ulrich unable to, it was a kind of a tough pitch to gather, and Ulrich was unable to try to get Schneider over there to end the inning. Schneider at second. 2-2 the count with 2 outs to Wagner. And that one is a curveball right down the middle. Freezes Wagner. It's his 3rd strikeout of the game. The Cincinnati Steam put 4 on the board in the bottom of the 8th, and they lead 8-5. It was John Odom with a 3-run game-leading home run here in the bottom of the 8th. We move to the top of the 9th. The Joes down to their final 3 strikes. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube. back here in Florence, the Joes down to their final 3 outs after giving up 4 runs to the Steam and giving the Steam the lead. And I believe Braxton Foley will be on the mound to finish things out for the Steam. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be, Tyler Heinrichs, is still going to remain in the game. He's going to be hitting to lead things off for the Joes. Heinrichs, 1 for 4 in the day. His single came back all the way in the first inning. And let's see if he can get things going for the Joes here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Foley is a ball outside. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Heinrichs a little early on that one. The 1-1. Curveball inside. Almost hit Heinrichs. And the count's 2-1. (8-5) the lead for this Steam here in the top of the 9th. And make it 3-1 after Foley sails that one high above the letters. So the first thing to make a comeback if you're the Joes is get the leadoff man on. Let's see if they can do that. Here's the 3-1. That one dives into the turf, and Heinrichs works the walk. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Joes. And it's going to be number 14, Harry Jackson, out of Lourdes in Toledo, Ohio. Hometown Millbury, Ohio. Started 30 games for Lourdes, batted .284, had 4 home runs, 22 ribbies. He also has speed out there when he reaches the base paths, and Foley struggling to find the strike zone. That one misses outside for the ball. Let's see how patient Harry Jackson will be after he just saw his teammate Heinrichs work a 5-pitch walk. Let's see if he may wait on a strike. Here's the 1-0. That one's high, make it 2-0. And now Luke Murray's going to go and chat with Foley, as you would think Harry Jackson will have the red light here and try to wait for a ball, since Foley's struggling to find the strike zone here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's been 5 balls, or 6 balls, 1 strike.
Yep.
Thus far here in the 9th, and control's been a little bit off for Foley here. Not a great time to do that, but we'll see if he can pull things together.
Foley sets, now fires, and that's another ball, 3-0. So if Harry Jackson can work the walk, the tying run will come up to the plate for the Joes, and that is Dalton Miller. The 3-0 pitch is right there in for a strike over the plate. Now it'll be interesting to see if a red light will still be on. Let's try to get 2 runners on. Here's the 3-1. And there for another strike. 3-2 now. Harry Jackson thought he worked a walk. He was a couple steps heading over to first base, was ready to fling his bat, but instead the count is full, 3-2. Here's the pitch from Foley. Harry Jackson rips one into right field. It's down for a base hit. No! They called it foul. Ooh. I thought that hit the line, but Lyle Travis had a better angle and called it foul. It would have probably been a double or close to it. Heinrichs would have definitely advanced to third base, but instead, we'll do it all again with the count remaining at 3-2. 3-2 the count, no outs here in the top of the 9th. Joes trail 8-5. And that one dives low at the shins, ball 4. And 2 runners are on for the Joes to start the inning. And Dalton Miller is the tying run. He comes up to the plate with a chance to maybe tie it up with one swing of the bat. Miller does have the pop in his bat. See if he can be patient and wait on a good pitch. Here we go. First and second for the Hamilton Joes. No one out. Ripped into right field, but right to right fielder Barnes. Tagging from second to third is Heinrichs. And the throw is wide. He's going to be able to score. And reaching second is Harry Jackson. So the one run will score out of that play. An errant throw by R.J. Barnes from right field after he made the catch. He was trying to get Heinrichs, who was tagging from second to third. Heinrichs will score to make it an 8-6 game. And advancing to second is Harry Jackson. And now there is one down in the top of the ninth. And Donofrio will bat. Mitch Donofrio, 0 for 3 on the day, walked back in his last plate appearance in the seventh. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Braxton Foley. Here's the 0-1. Foley looks over at second, now fires home. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 count now on Donofrio.
He was going for the fences on both of those first two swings. We'll see if he wants to do that on this next one now behind in the count.
Down in the count, 0-2. Needs the battle here with 2 strikes on him. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Foley. Swing and a miss upstairs. It's a foul tip, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. The Joes down to their final out. And it's going to be Braden Broom coming to the plate, being represented as the tying run here in this one. 8-6 the score. Broom is the tying run up to the plate. Foley sets on the rubber. Now fires home. Swing and a miss. So he's found his groove. Groove did Foley. And Braxton Foley out of Florence, Kentucky, trying to end things and give Cincinnati Steam the win to start out the year. There's a baseball out in right center field. I don't know if there was kids playing with baseballs and that's how it ended up on the field, but thrown back out of play and we'll reset. 0-1 the count.
It was from the bullpen, and there's some action down there for the Steam. We'll see if things come to that.
Braden Broom trying to extend this game for the Joes, but he waves and misses at that one. And now there's 2 strikes, and the Joes are down to their final strike in this one. Braden Broom, 0 for 3 on the day, but he's down in the count 0-2, and he needs the battle here as the Joes are down to their final strike. Foley set the letters. Now fires home. Swing and a miss upstairs, and this game is over. The Steam start the season 1-0 on a comeback win over the Joes. They win it 8-5 in this one, or 8-6 rather, after they scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. That was the big difference in this one. And the Steam will advance to 1-0 in the season. Joes will finish 0-1. The Joes will be back in action tomorrow. They will be taking on, I believe,
the Richmond Jazz.
Richmond Jazz, all right.
Red Hot Jazz coming off a 12-2 win today against the Xenia Scouts, who the Joes will see on Sunday on the road. And they got a couple chances to bounce back later this weekend.
So that will end things for us here from Florence, Kentucky. A heartbreaking loss for the Hamilton Joes to start out the year. They had the lead for 7 innings until the bottom of the 8th when the Steam plated 4, and the big home run from John Odom, a 3-run shot to give the Steam the 8-5 lead. The Joes were able to plate 1 in the top of the 9th, but it wasn't enough. Final score from Florence, Kentucky: Cincinnati Steam 8, Hamilton Joes 6. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll we might have the video for you. We thank you guys for listening. Glad you guys can join us here all season long or come out to the ballpark at Foundation Field. And for Luke